And 3, 2, 1, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, it has been a couple weeks, not days, it has been a couple weeks since we've done this. A couple reasons for that. I had stuff going on previously. I like to keep these consistently on the same day. And I have been trying to find a place to watch the new Wingman series because I want to add it to the lineup when I get the chance to watch it. I have not found a place yet, but I will find a place. Also, I may or may not have skipped last week's Boom Boomger on purpose for reasons that will become evidently clear in a moment. But, going back to Gav, we are on episode 10, and basically we're at the point where nothing of note has happened. The Hanto and Shoma know each other, or they know that they're working together now. They don't actually know that they're Kamen Rider, Gav, and whatever the other one was calling himself. I legit don't remember. But they know of each other's existence, but they don't actually know in public that they know of each other's existence. Each of them is aware, but has not told the other they're aware. Meanwhile, the twins are trying to keep themselves in the good graces of Rango, and they are repeatedly trying to catch Kamen Rider Gav. I admit last week's episode where they set the trap and they electrocuted him, that was actually very clever. Unfortunately, he did get an upgrade, which honestly I think looks really stupid. But that one, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with that. But then they go and they need to look for a cake shop because apparently, I guess this cake shop was like using people as sacrifices or something. I'm not entirely sure. And then they end up like figuring out, or Shoma figures out that they're targeting children. Not gonna lie, I figured that little girl that Hanto has been spending time with they were gonna end up needing to save her. Although I have a feeling they will in the future. She's cute. I do like her relationship with Hanto. It's kind of like, it's adorable. It's basically a brother-sister relationship, and it's really sweet. But yeah, I know at some point he's gonna need to save her. Sachika still hasn't done anything. So I'm not talking about her because she's kind of pointless. I hope she becomes an ally at some point, and I hope that they, acknowledge that she knows about Kamen Rider Gav. I'm interested that the professor knows that he has a Granute base. How does he know that? I don't know. But he's evidently knows more than he's letting on. I'm not even sure about the monsters this week. I don't remember them. But meanwhile, on the side of Boom Boomgers, part of the reason I skipped, last week is because I am very angry. I was so hoping that Disc Race would be Endgame. But no, he's not. Instead, we get another person. And I don't have anything against Spindo personally. He's creepy, and I like the fact that he's very sinister. But I just, it's a downgrade to me. No offense to the actor, he did a wonderful job, but it's like going from Red Lobster to Subway. I want the Red Lobster, and I want it until the end of the series. But no, we don't get that. We do find out that Bundorio used to work for the aliens, and that's an interesting plot twist. But once again, it gets resolved way too quickly, so there's no tension. And that's one thing I've noticed about this show. They'll introduce an interesting plot thread, and then resolve it within, like, 3 episodes. So there's no, it's completely fucking pointless. Although I think it sets up another subplot where Sakido and Bune Diesel are asked by the ISA people, who are clearly evil, to watch over the Boom Boomgers and find shit out about them, and they're gonna pay them. So that might lead to something, although I have a feeling it's just gonna get forgiven automatically, which honestly is very frustrating. I don't hate this show. In fact, I like it more than Dawn Brothers, mostly because the show is actually coherent and makes sense and doesn't, like, constantly contradict itself. But it just feels like they're rushing through everything, and it's so just really irritating. Also, we're at episode, like, 40, and I want you to notice that Bune Diesel and Sakito are still in the bubble at the end of the episode. Like, they're not actually in the ending song, which leads me again to the theory that song was already recorded and they didn't want to record it again. So they just stuck them in a bubble somewhere. It's actually really funny, although at this point it's kind of getting annoying. The episode this week, by the way, is also not very interesting. Mira's friend shows up, and of course Mira's friend decides she wants to be a Boom Boonger because she's jealous of Mira and some bull, and she accidentally ends up with her change device, but for some reason the change device doesn't work for her, and the aliens, that's the one part of this episode I actually like. They actually released 2 different aliens on opposite sides, I believe. One is heating and one is cooling, so the Boom Boongers, I think, had to split up. I could be remembering wrong. But that's actually clever. And I like the fact that they're being back to being jovial, I guess because they protected Madarax, I guess. But other than that, it's so disappointing. I can't say I hate it, but I really want to like this show more than I do. But we are 10 episodes from the end, and then we will probably, what show am I going to go into? I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I will decide in a few episodes, and I will let y'all know.